Alright, so I kind of want to go through a quick rundown of some things I've noticed on this map uh, post-change. Um, I do like what they did with the geometry of the map, changing this hill, making everything bigger. There's a couple little weird things going on here though. You can see in this section you get some weird texture like clipping or shaking that happens over there. If you look over in this area, you can see there's the new texture up here. You know, this kind of greener rock. And you can see down in this area, it starts to clip through in some of this area. You can see it more prevalently over here. So like this whole area of rock clipping through it. The next big thing, which we'll spend a little bit of time exploring, is you'll notice these like little darkened areas. I think these are new to the changes to the map. The only bad thing is when you get up close, they just kind of disappear. And you'll see this in quite a few areas of the map. And you can see too, flickering in this area seems to go away a bit when you're closer. So maybe that's just a function of the range. Not a big deal, but you do still see like the texture clipping out. So in that respect, maybe some of that geometry needs to be cleaned up so that it's not like sticking out. Not a huge deal. You can see, again, it's kind of like overlaid mesh or texture. I'm not exactly sure what it would be. These pop a lot. So it's weird, it's kind of unsettling. And in a few of these areas I can show you, it actually, the lighting significantly changes when you go into those areas that have that texture pop. I believe this area back here is pretty significant. Again, you know, texture pop in this area. You can see it from on this side, it changes a lot of the lighting over here. It's not like super significant, but it's enough to like make you look at it a second time if you're running by this, you know, something that can distract you during gameplay. So not the best thing. Again, we have another area where this one actually works, which is interesting. I think that's part of the new stuff. This one doesn't. This one pops off. Maybe it has to do with like the seam here or something, I don't know. But this whole thing pops. You can see that one pops. This one is kind of a big one too. Like this whole thing pops. And you can see there's a lot of change on how, you know, it looks like that's all dirty and stuff. So again, that's something if you're running by quickly, it's something that can like catch your eye, and especially like if you look down here, the light reflectivity changes pretty drastically here too. So again, you know, these textures or meshes or whatever they are need to be cleaned up. This one seems to work pretty well. It doesn't really pop. I don't know if this is old or new. That one works until you go over here. This one doesn't work. And in addition to this one, this little snowy, dusty one over here, it seems to work through there, but when you come over here, you get popping. And it's kind of a, like it'll draw partially in. I don't know if maybe this is like an AF setting. I don't know, that's the only thing that like seems similar to me. But yeah, this is weird and probably shouldn't be something that happens. So it just kind of pops in and out of place. those are the big ones. I'm sure there's probably a few more just kind of hidden around that pop in and out of existence as you run through. But those are the couple main things. You know, this area I think is a little redone, but I don't. Oh, there we go. There's another one that pops in and out. So it's just like this stuff. It's not game breaking, but it's really distracting if you're like running through and all of a sudden, like, you know, terrain and texture changes and pops. Another one over here. Like this whole area pops. It's the same thing. It's relative to camera position. But there's also, I think all these trees are like procedurally placed. You can see some of them are just kind of like, I think that one might have been just a stubby tree, but there's a handful in this back area over here that look like they're not placed well. Maybe this is just added geometry, because I think they added some of this back here. I added some of this geometry. And if we go back into this area, specifically, again we get a big texture pop here. Right, changes the trees and everything. Let's see, I think this guy's kind of like a floating tree, a little bit. Not a big deal, but you know, some of these trees, like this one's planted in the concrete. This one is like half in the ground. I think this might just be a stubby tree though. But yeah, some of these trees probably, you know, it's not a big deal. I'm pretty sure people just knock them over and ignore them anyway. So not a big deal there, but a couple of out of place things. See, the back of this hill didn't seem like it had any problems. Like all that seems pretty clean. Didn't see any problems there. Oh, and this is the other guy that I wanted to show off. Running back through this area, you can see along this line, like this guy, it's pretty solid. It looks nice and clean until you get to the very end, where it just kind of like doesn't have a texture on the end of it. You can see through it. It does seem like it's solid there, right? Like your depth doesn't change that much when you go from the surface, so it seems like it's there. It's just not textured or something. The other thing, this is maybe just like a design choice or something, but this area looks like super dark for no reason. This kind of has some texture on it, but on the opposite side of this building, this part is just like a black hole into nothingness. There's like a little bit of texture if you really get in there. You can see like some lines, but otherwise it's just kind of like a void zone. That seems weird. And let's see, I'll probably plug this in after this video, but
fuel at 25%.
I did have some weird collision things happen up here, and I think I got stuck like right on this area of the platform. So I don't know if something needs to be done to clean up. You know, it looks like maybe these buildings were fleshed out a little bit more with some of this stuff, and maybe some of that stuff is a little weird, so I'll probably throw that in here. But those are all the major, I guess they're still pretty minor things, but those are all the things that I've noticed with the map changes. I haven't really had any gameplay experience on it quite yet. If these reflect the actual spawns now, you know, it's a little better for defenders. It's not as easy to crush in and like camp what used to be this this spawn out here in like D9 area. The only thing is if those are the actual spawns, that puts the attackers a lot closer, and it makes it would make it really easy to push in this skated G6 before defenders have any chance to set up. It was already pretty close to even with the spawns being further back. Now it's just like, if these are the actual spawns, it'd be really easy to push into G6 and establish inside this gate before anything happens. Again, haven't had a chance to play it on live yet, but hopefully I'll have some feedback for that too later on. Overall, good changes, but still needs a little bit of cleanup. Okay. So I guess we found something else. Like unintentionally, I'm now stuck on top of this building. Maybe it's just like a fluke thing that I jumped into here, but this building is normally pretty useful to be on top of. But I think, some changes were made to this, and if getting trapped in it is now a thing, it's just going to be like a place you can't go because you might randomly get trapped in it. So I guess I'll try to reload the map and look for a few other things. But yeah, this, like, I can't accelerate, I can't decelerate, I can't turn left or right. My jump jets aren't coming back at all, so I can't use them to try to get out of this situation. I don't know if this is because it's not like a fully solid object, maybe? Because you can see, like, there's some meshes here. They appear to be a solid, like, this appears to be solid because there's no depth change. But yeah, I'm not sure, like, what magically I'm standing on that is trapping me here. But you can see, like, that's my position, roughly aligned with these slightly newer things. So I'll try reloading the map and maybe we'll run out here and see if we can get stuck on this again.